Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Stories Mail. Let's continue. So, the first hour or so of the gameplay, hey, the door shut behind us, um, was just kind of walking around, seeing artificial cities underground that you never see in Portal 2, and I'm not sure we're going to actually see in the gameplay. We've got an old portal gun. We're playing as Mel. You can see a little uh, red thumbnail fingerprint. Was it nail colors? I forget the word now. So we're playing as some kind of female character, which is fine by me. I think it probably would be fairly disappointing to see them replace a female lead in the Portal series with male leads. Even Cave Johnson taking half of the spotlight for GLaDOS in Portal 2 could have been a dangerous decision. I don't think too many people complained about it. Although, and frankly, as the times goes forward, there's more people willing to complain about less. Um, we were put into a stasis chamber, basically, and now we are in the future, but we're uncertain exactly how far in the future we are. We could be after the events of Portal 2 in which Chell was here, and at which point the main vault door that blocked off this lower section to Aperture Science was open, or that door is still closed and then we're never going to get up to Aperture Science, and instead we're going to be in this lower section. I could probably jump down to that section, and I think that might be the goal, as it were, because it's not like there's a lot of white spots anywhere here. They've got you fairly safe if you fall down this way. Well, maybe not. May very well have just boned that. So we'll crawl on the edge and see if we can possibly adjust. I'm hearing all the audio, but I'm a little concerned that by leaving the game for a couple hours, which I did, Cave Johnson's audio may not trigger. Alright, well, that worked. Works fairly well. So maybe that's exactly what they kind of intended you to do. Nice shaky reaction in physics there that you wouldn't expect from a community mod, frankly. I wouldn't be surprised in a lot of games if you drop down to a damaged bridge, it didn't do anything to indicate that the bridge has been damaged. I imagine these elevators, like the rest of the game, will be the load sections, which it's kind of a shame the mouse cursor pops up and is centered when you load, but whatever. Flash on white light. That was weird. Are we dreaming? Or is this a virtual reality or what? Because I don't feel like that was there before. And we are now inside one of the spheres. Pretty much.
Ah, yes. Bravo Volta. Hold on. Fifth testing track. Yes, fifth. You'll need a portal device to get through. Sorry, I meant a portable quantum tunneling device. Look, it's in your hands right now. The scientists did their job. You'll do fine.
Weird. Really, really weird that there might be something more going on and you might be dreaming and hallucinating things. There's a lot of broken stuff. Part of the danger, certainly, for any community made game like this is they may just want to go crazy with it. Like they may very well give us incredibly difficult and dangerous puzzles. We sort of see some of that because you have the big red gates that imply just like absolute death. And so we're gonna bounce that direction. I guess the next question though is, how are we gonna get the cube, or do we even need to get the cube? Yeah, this may just get really crazy. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I guess you could just jump up there. Okay. And then safety, I suppose enough safety at least to go somewhere else. Let's go ahead and put that down because you can't take the cube this way. Not sure I can get a portal here and here. No, yes I can. Fairly easily. Okay. Is there anything downward that we could fall through? I mean, this is not white paint. This is just water that cleans things off, right? Yeah, just water. So, but we can fall down that direction fairly easily. And I think fairly safely. Yeah, there's definitely danger here of making a mistake. But I suppose it's not a major danger. So here we go. And typically in this situation you want to push the box through. There we go. Put that down. We made it. Doors open.
Now
We
everything
walk
about
through
this
here.
test is lead line, according to my 1950s notes here in my 1950s filing cabinet. Says it's harmful to humans. I mean, not harmful to humans. You'll be okay. Perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. Oh, and don't worry about the boxes. We got a ton backstocked ready for this kind of thing. Thrown at the wall, destroyed, rinse and repeat. Useless little things. Made them in an hour.
Yep. And I don't think we're gonna find a lot of secret passages. And I'm not sure I 100% think that every time we see something like that, that's important. Alright. That one triggers that one, which, I mean, You're not going to get a lot of momentum from that. And you probably do get 2 boxes in this room. Here you have what looks like a screen, but could have just been a window, I suppose. I might be able to slam my body against that, but I would need some height. Yeah. Actually no, because then that falls down also. And I don't imagine that this is supposed to be a case of you get here and then you jump and then you jump up there, although that seems like something that a player with more skill than me might try. Alright, so let's try this instead. And that destroys that box. Okay. We've got it. So now we just need to shoot a blue. Nope, messed that up. Alright, so you gotta get the blue portal fairly in line with this. If you don't, it won't work. Fire. Shoot. Seriously? Alright, well, color me confused because while I got that to work, all it really did, it didn't seem to synchronize into an idea of a infinite loop where a box would just always fall down. And hit that spot. It doesn't seem like it's that consistent. Perhaps this is a matter of I need to like be exactly on the dot, and maybe you need to be exactly on the dot here. That's weird that it rotates that way. And see, this is one of those cases where the physics in Portal 2 were tested and tweaked a lot. Not so much here. Like, I seriously don't know. And they've locked me in, so at least they've done us the favor of not confusing the issue. Right. If I stand here and shoot a portal that way, it's always that way. If I stand here and shoot a portal that way, it's always that way. And we're still getting the weird kind of lines. And I seriously doubt I'm supposed to drop down there. And if I try to put like a box in the way, it doesn't seem like that's gonna work. And the only button I can press is this. Which maybe I, instead of shooting a blue, shoot an orange. I mean, and that might work. Okay. So I'll just shoot an orange this way. And then we'll grab this. And we'll place this here. And we'll grab this. And I guess we'll place that here. Alright, so what's the solution now? Am I supposed to get up on this ledge? I need some way to get that box. And I hope there's nothing else up here that we need to do. We need that box to disappear. Which I think, once again, puts that there. There we go. We got the timing. Now we just need to get that cube to shoot some other way. There we go.
You're not dead. That means that high toxicity lead didn't get in the air and, I mean, great job, astronaut, Olympian, or war hero. You really are a merit to science. Or something like that. Just remember the Nuremberg Olympics.
Different audio, whether you're inside or out, because the background music cut off. Yeah. These feel like these are going to be probably fewer puzzles, more difficult puzzles. Like, that's the very first one we've done, and that integrated a lot of stuff that you would not understand had you not played all of Portal 2. But then, also, there's no real hint here as to what's really going on, because you can't play this game and be oblivious of the events of at least the single player part of Portal 2.
Test uses the new Aperture Science Innovators Propulsion Gel. It allows you to... No, wait, hold on. This record says they didn't make that until the 70s. Never you mind that. Just solve science.
So yeah, you should be really getting a completely different story right now. Like, it doesn't work. It really doesn't make sense for you to have to feign ignorance as the player to be in line with what the character Mel would know. I don't know if there's a real reason to get up to that, but whatever. Let's see what that button does. Shoots propulsion gel, which we'll want that here and that there, I bet. You can see how they really cheated the system there. Okay. With a little bit of bouncy gel at the end to make a jump. That's good and all. Question, I suppose, then becomes, do we want is there a way to potentially put a portal in this room and escape this room with the box, or are we just leaving the box? I think we're probably just leaving the box. So maybe we'll break out of these repeated areas a little bit faster. That could be the case. I also wouldn't be super surprised if that's totally not the case. That's not a wall you can shoot a portal on. So we're looking in a lot of different places for a lot of different points. Up we go. Yeah. A lot of this feels repeated. Definitely feels like repeated content. At a certain level, I don't know if I can fully agree with the idea of just more portal. Well, oops. Almost died by falling off the edge. That's where the mod that's not out yet, Portal Reloaded, really caught my attention. Was it worked around the idea that you would really not be, you really weren't gonna try to I don't know if I can do this, because if I could propulse myself, I could shoot myself across, or if I could jump downward to something, I could shoot myself across. Yeah, Portal Reloaded, with its time manipulation and giving you a third type of portal, is way more interesting than we made something that's more complicated, but definitely something you've already seen before. Okay, I can bounce there, which that's fine, but how do then I bounce from that point to get all the way to that point? Because that doesn't work. And you can't shoot a portal through a portal. Just doesn't work that way. You could go through that, certainly, but that's not going to give you enough acceleration to get across that. Plus, I just don't have a cube. So unless there's a cube hidden back in that general direction, there's definitely parts of this I'm missing. Could I leave that there? Not really. Like, that bounces me back that general direction. I can hit that from over here, so that part can be solved fairly easily. And I can hit this part fairly easily to get the cube to possibly get through the room. I guess the real question is just how. I mean, it's not even a particularly fast door closing mechanic, but it's fast enough. Alright. If I go through... If I put a portal here and tried to bounce from that, nothing would happen. If I tried to put a portal there and bounce from that, nothing would happen. So I'm thinking we're in a situation where there has to be another cube. Otherwise we're just gonna mess up. So let's give this a try and hope that this works. Well, it would have worked had I hit it correctly, or at least it had a decent chance of working. You might make a decent argument that in Portal 2 there wasn't a lot of backtracking, and that could be for better or worse, really. Could have been very wise that there was no backtracking. It could have been that that was just an oversight. Alright, we made it over here, which is great. And yet we need another cube. Okay. So what we'll want to do is this. And then that leaves our orange as the untouchable portal. And see, we keep getting lines where I think that those are actually guns targeting us from puzzles that are way in the other area. Alright. You hit this, it destroys it, it drops it, nothing happens. If we wanted to move paint over in that general direction, is there a way to do that? Well, not without changing a portal and losing our orange. For sure. That might be just a requirement, though, is that we may need to see how much paint we can just splat around. Okay. Does that splat around enough? No, you're not really hitting that point. There is another community mod that's a paint tag mod around Portal 2, and I think I potentially get a little frustrated with the events of a game that was just solely designed around painting things. Okay. So that gets paint there. Not that that helps me any. So this may very well be the wrong color paint, but we'll start with this to try and figure out what the goal is. Well, I suppose if I had a portal right there. I could go through that portal at that point. Okay. So let's do this again. That. And then that. I imagine the acceleration won't really change much. That. And then we'll move that over there. And then move that over there. Pick this up. Bounce up here. And get through here. And then fail miserably to put the box on its platform.
Alright, hold up a second, Mel. I don't think you're that stupid that you're going to fall for this anymore. I'll be blunt now. I'm not Cave Johnson. This isn't the 1950s. Everyone you knew and loved is dead. And now you're stuck here in Aperture Science, down with the trash. Like me. After everyone left because of that boat. Which I'm sure you already knew, but whatever. However, I can get us out of here. If you're willing to let a voice in the sky who just told you he was lying the entire time he was talking to you control nearly every movement you make. Is that okay? I'll just take your silence as a yes. Oh, right. You can't answer me. Just do what I say and you'll be fine. Okay?
Like, very wise, I think, to just drop the act and drop the ridiculousness. It's kind of good to also have someone who seems like they're human and incompetent instead of just being a malevolent genius, as GLaDOS probably was, or at least thought they were a genius. GLaDOS probably was not anywhere as smart as it should have been for a supercomputer. So this starts to put us down a very different path of an experience, and I enjoy that. They also seem to have opened up the gate to explaining it directly what the big event is. It's that boat that they hint at in Half-Life that just went disappeared. Not sure if there's ever been a Valve official explanation as to what happened to that boat, but suffice it to say, I think the answer is something really, really bad happened to it, and it seemingly caused a large disturbance around all of Aperture Science. In Portal 2, they really just left this whole section boarded off, I felt, because they were just done inventing things and using this area, and they just had, I would have just assumed that Aperture Science had a habit of abandoning facilities. But then also, it really doesn't make a lot of sense as to why you wouldn't strip it for resources. But then you're talking Cave Johnson here, and I don't know if anything he does is logical or sensical. Okay. So how do we want this to go? I think the answer to this is just to fling yourself. I'm not sure you actually need a cube. And this might just be a red herring. But I'm also not really certain how to get myself downward. Well, this gate is open right now, so let's see what happens when we simply stand on this and shoot a cube that way. Alright, we got a cube in there. Next part. Do we want a cube to go through that part? No. Do we need this part de-energized for some reason? Well, it seems like at some point you are going to de-energize that area. But I'm not sure how all this is going to work. Like, I could get a box to fall down here, and that would be fine, except for we need that de-energized, and I need to get up there. I don't see how that works, and I guess what we should do is just try this. Like, we're not gonna really lose anything from doing this. There we have another targeting block. And here we have windows we can't shoot through. It'd be slightly interesting if you shot through holes in the floor, but I'm not sure that's what's gonna happen either. Okay. So sit one there, and sit one there. That's great. Only problem is those portals disappear. I don't think they really matter too much. So, like, you walk through here and that de-energizes the portals. You're not going to get lucky and be able to run through that. I could shoot a portal here and then hope that maybe there's just enough of a delay. Doesn't seem like it though. And that definitely resets everything. Alright, what we need to do is stand here, put that there. These portals just don't like to be in the order that they should be in. Okay. That. Place that. So the trick is to, I assume, just hope that this loops forever. And it doesn't, because it didn't bounce into the shield. On top of which, when I walked through the shield at that point, it resets. I really wish the spacing on this stuff was better. Alright. Seriously. We got the bounce stuff. Like, it definitely is pre-programmed to hit, and yet it's not hitting. So the only thing I could think is maybe, just maybe, we need a little bit more sauce there. And while we're at it, how about a little bit of sauce there too? Just for sanity's sake. It didn't paint any paint on it at all. Or I thought it might. You know what? How about this? How about we jump through here? And then when it bounces again, it destroys the box. Why is a new box not falling? Seriously, game? How about let's put an orange on this side. This time instead of a blue. Let's do a little bit of this. Heck, let's even do a little bit of this. Let's just paint the town red, as it were. Paint ourselves, paint everything. Everything and anything that's possible we'll paint. Paint this. And suppose there might be an argument around just doing this instead and running through here and getting over there. There might even be an argument around this bouncing, but if it was going to bounce, it would hit pretty much that wall. And I don't think that that's a broken out window. Alright. Go. Where'd it go? This thing just does not want to fly without me holding it. Doesn't seem like it bounces on the boxes. Okay. But if we were to do this and then this, then it would go up and down. I don't think it actually would. Is the problem that I've locked myself mentally into what I think is the solution and it's not really the solution? Is there something else you're supposed to be doing? Well, you know what I'm gonna do? So I'm gonna hit this. Wow, even for me that was pretty bad. There doesn't seem to be a run button. There might be one. How badly placed is this thing? Let's see. Walk directly into it. If you don't move, you're fine. Oh, well. Up here, it looks like we've got another solution that is the same solution as before. They want just blue paint. So we can bounce up to that platform now. So then, if I hit that, and I get up to this, we can hit that, and this way. You can feel with this bouncing gel how the portal physics kind of are getting away from what the first Portal game was all about. There was really tight platforming, ideally, if you were good at Portal 1, where the acceleration gel and the bouncing, if not properly tweaked and customized, the physics can get really wonky really fast. That probably is a major reason secretly in the background as to why there isn't a Portal 3 yet. That and just the Half-Life 3 issue. So let's go ahead and save our game. Just make a new save file. And let's see. They seem to have some titles here. A2, Once Upon, A2, Garden DE, Past Power seems to be what we're on right now. So, it is very possible that there is a lot more game here. It is also very possible that I just did all of Act 2, or maybe there's one more puzzle as far as Act 2. I would assume that there's one more puzzle at least of Act 2. Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, all of those could be very short. I wouldn't be surprised if Act 5 is either a boss fight or just a wrap-up. It is certainly nice to see them take us in a different direction. That being said, I don't know how many different directions you can go in the Half-Life universe without it really affecting the other stories in the Half-Life universe. And I'm not sure what can really happen in a world where this is potentially in the future past the point where there are either no humans alive, or the general idea from the ending of Portal 2 is that you saw a bunch of domesticated like corn stalks, and corn stalks would not grow wild, although that doesn't inherently mean that there were humans alive. It just implies there might be humans alive. It could also very well be that there was just robots or automated processes growing corn for no reason. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.